Hello everyone, sorry for a little late night stream here. I got a lot to talk about, but first, as you can see here, Anzer's about to die. And I didn't want to... Well, I did want to stream it, but I didn't want to do it tired without a backup, and I'm going to talk about that as well. But I want to get this over with so I can show it to you, and I had saved right beforehand and reset the game so I could show you what was going on. YouTube looks good. Alright, so you can see it's a different party. I'm going to go over, I got to pull up my notepad document here of things I made. I guess the first thing to do, let's go over this fight. So I'm running a fire sorcerer with the heat stuff. I have not really got good at it, but the other characters are pretty badass, so it's not a big deal. Lae'zel is basic monk rogue. I hadn't played a monk or a paladin at all yet. Well, I played paladin in patch 90A, but had never touched a monk. Had never used paladin in full release, so decided to do that. Decided to try the paladin bard melee because I'd been wanting to do that for a while. And I'm kind of tired of swords bards, but I figured since I was doing melee it'd be different. And then I'm trying the Gloomstalker assassin on Asterion. I am changing a little up a little bit to do the level 1 cleric. I just had hit level 11 a few hours ago, so I'm not exactly sure. I haven't even seen the bonus attack part come up, so I'm not sure if I'm understanding it correctly. I'm talking about for the War Priest. Anyway, that's the basic stuff. Nothing special here, just going for DC stuff and fire acuity, bunch of heat gear, and then chance to lower saves and attack. This monk stuff here, pretty basic stuff. Yeah, I did change my ring out. I was trying the I'm using the resonance stone. I didn't even know about this thing until I had looted it this time. I don't know, maybe I did, and I just had passed over it when I picked it up. But anyway, I haven't really made use of Minthara, and I've used a bunch of different like items throughout the game, right? For the different characters, especially Asterion and Minthara. She like had different armors on. Also, I took the Jodie Fest, or this one, and made orange. I made her hat and cloak red, although I just swapped her thunder cloak out because I didn't really like the reverberation stuff. I've made all of her stuff purple. I've tried to do 2 shields, but that didn't work. I've been using Knife of the Undermountain King on her because I got the Ambassador sword on him. Not for this fight because he's resistant to necrotic, but using it for halfway for the initiative. So she's got 10 initiative because she's got the longbow for +3 and the shield for +3. I know they recommend the paladin bard to go two-handed fighting, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted her to be more AC based. Anyway, and you can also see I'm kind of broke, so I've been buying stuff. Anyway, just using Titan Stirring. Normally I run him with Colossus or Bloodlust or something. I give her the +1 to crit 1 and strength elixirs, and then just whatever I put on the main one. Alright, so let's go over to fight, because I want to talk about this fight a bit. And like I said, I don't want to stream more than about 30 minutes because I'm already tired. And school started back up on Thursday. Yeah, yesterday. So I put lightning resist ring on Lae'zel for this fight. I took lightning resist potion on here, and I used 2 universals, but since I already had, I was not at full health because I was just testing something out, right? But I did well, so I was like, well, I'm just going to keep it and I'll just stream. And I was like, oh yeah, I can just show what happened here from the combat log. So yeah, I was getting spell slots back because I had rested up before I did the jungle. And I had a few more things to do up Worm's Crossing, so yeah, I was down like half my spells on Minthara, but didn't really come into play because I just regenerated a couple. And I've started using the Drake one for big boss fights. I hadn't really ever used that before, so I bought that. Anyway, yeah, the first thing you do is throw an arrow of acid to get us 10% higher chance to hit. Unarmed attacks. Alright. I got, like I said, a lot of things to talk about. Try to focus on one thing at a time. One thing I knew I had a big problem with last time was walking in opportunity attacks, either approaching or leaving answers. So I wanted to make sure I didn't do that, and I did. Was successful in that this time. I did not get a bunch of opportunity attacks. It cost me actions later for healing. Anyway, like I said, I used the universal resist, and they did not apply. And I said, fuck it, I'm just going to do it anyway, because I don't have any more lightning or universals. So I still had my viciousness and Colossus on. Yeah, so this round one, I put out a lot of damage. Got them down to... I was trying to stay over 300s to keep them from doing too many Novas, because that happened, you know, last fight. Ended up hitting like 4 Novas. So I had a Asterion throw a potion of speed on Lae'zel and Minthara, and that was going to come into play here in round 3. That allowed them to do a couple more hits, and then I had dragon arrows. I had 5 of them on Asterion, but you know, he can't use dragon arrows for sneak or dread ambusher. Anyway, also only had like a 75% chance to hit, even with sharpshooter off and risky ring on. So, because I had staged Asterion up here, and like he just didn't have the range. Anyway, I did not buff with aid. I didn't buff with false life. I don't have a lot of hit points. Again, this was kind of a test run. So anyway, we'll get to that. So where's combat round 2? Oh yeah, the water myrmidon hit answer for 24 ice damage. I'm like, okay, whatever. I was trying not to worry about them. I didn't cast any summons. I didn't really have any scrolls of summons besides like minor elementals. I tried to do Scorching Ray, but yeah, only had a 55% chance to hit. But I had looked up the Wikipedia on Answer, and like all this stuff that I have doesn't work. Like Minthara's, all her Mystic Scoundrel spells, like this shit doesn't work. But the stagger from the monk works a little bit. So anyway, wasn't too bad. Didn't really do much. Yeah, other than hit me that reaction up here. Didn't really do much there. So I did get them down. I think this right here got them down to 302, and they did go in the Nova, and that's why you don't see an actual hit here, because they went Nova. I didn't think it applied until you got them below 300, but yeah, 302, they went up. So this one I kind of just tried to blind them because I had read that blinding works, because they used the sunbeam from the mace. I went ahead and let Asterion attack the water myrmidon that was down here, and another one had came up here next to the crystals, the 2 crystals right here. So I worked on trying to kill this one, which I did get done because I had Lae'zel Misty step up to kill it. Because I Misty stepped up with Minthara on this side of the crystal, but it wouldn't let me attack it from this side. I had to walk around. I was like, yeah, that's not going to work, because then I'm going to be getting hit by the fucking Nova. Anyway, so you can see I killed it. And I had her throw her last thing to throw a potion on the main character. Oh yeah, and I stupidly cast Magic Missile because, you know, it's got -4 damage reduction. Anyway, she didn't kill, or he didn't kill the other one, but took out a ton of its damage. It tried to run up here next to me on the other side of the crystal, but it still had the attack. Also, I looked up on the wiki and it said if you have the, like, it looks like this, it says it's like a little exclamation mark, answers ire. So if you get behind the crystals or you're hiding, in this case for the second one I had my characters Asterion and the Tav front of here because it was the only place I could hide for sure. It makes, if the IR is not on your buff bar, then you're not going to be hit by the Nova. So that was interesting to know. So remember, I've only done this fight twice before I died to her. So one of those was when the crystals were bugged and I died first Nova. Because they didn't work. Anyway, yeah, I smited. So I was still putting out some damage. And then, so was this round 3? Yeah. So at this point I was trying to get him down, and I hit a crit smite, so I used a level 4 for it. So that was like 100 damage right there almost. And I was able to get Lae'zel back up in there and do a bunch of attacks. Just got him really close down. Yeah, one fucking Myrmidon had 29 hit points left. I couldn't fucking kill it. And the Asterion missed it. Yeah, and you see it had 29 hit points. You can see I did 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 21, 24. So it still had 5 hit points left. And then Answer was nice enough to multi-attack Lae'zel, and the swings also hit the Myrmidon. So Myrmidon. So here's the problem: is because I used the potion of speed, Lae'zel and her, because I was trying to get Answer down before my potion of speed wore off. Yeah, so they were lethargic, and they didn't get to go in round 4. And like I said, I had moved Asterion and my other person up here because I figured they were going to go Nova once I got them down to 1 hit point. So the question was, could I knock out 101 hit points with resistance between my two, my caster and Asterion? And I actually didn't do too bad. I was able to use the Dragon Arrow here, and you can see I wrote a crit. And this is what put him down to the final part. I think they had like 70 hit points here, and yeah, I basically like took it all out in one shot. And then they hit Asterion, but it wasn't an issue. Cause I was smart, my tab was over here, and I was like, oh, I'll just twin cast haste on us and give him enough movement speed to get away. It did not. He was like right here, and the haste only gave him enough movement speed to get up to here. I don't know why. I don't know if it was something to do with the lightning damage or something. But yeah, he wasn't able to run away, so I couldn't use my Tav to do damage. I ran back here, right back here, hoping that would save me. Because he, like I said, it was about to go Nova. And yeah, so I got him down thanks to Asterion. And I think at this point, let's see, 15, 20, 36. Yeah, he still had 1 plus 46 at that point, and I did the Scorching Ray, but I missed 3 of them. So that was a level 6 Scorching Ray. So I was trying to think of what was my biggest damage hit I could use. And yeah, I knew Scorching Ray wasn't going to do as much because of the -4, and I already knew Magic Missile wasn't going to work, so... I mean, my Sorcerer doesn't have that many choices in spells, so... the Firewall might have worked if I put it up to level 6 and got a good hit. But yeah, I almost got him. So what happened was... they were... Because I was still on my initiative here, because everyone's got high initiative. He never went up and did his Nova. Like, he got his temporary hit points, but he never got to go into Nova. I don't know why, or I don't know the fight well enough to accurately decide why. But, like I said, I just ran away. So, Asterion, you know, he had 63 hit points and no resistance, and I was like, fuck it, I got 52 hit points. I mean, these two were full health, basically, so... But they were lethargic. I knew they were going to get smacked. So yeah, at this point, the only thing I had left was a bonus action. I had these two up here at the top and these two down here. Just lethargic, but they weren't in bad shape, and he had 1 hit point plus 10 temporary hit points. And since I didn't come in fully rested, I didn't have a enough sorcery points to do a quicken spell. So if I could have quickened Scorching Raid, it would have been over. So yeah, I just flew away. They lost their lethargic. He used Lightning Breath, destroyed Mazara. Barely touched Lae'zel. I've never used Monk before. I mean, I was in Scholastic because they just came out right before Baldur's Gate 3 hit patch 9, but Monks with evasion, man. Monks, now that I've tried Monk, even like not even having Tavern Brawler, Monks are just really cool. Between the evasion, the high movement speed, you can get decent armor class if you want to. You get, like, once you hit like level 7, 8, you got so many key points. You can just punch shit crazy, and then you take the 3 thief to get extra punching. Anyway, well, that was it. He shot Mazara again, and then here is round 5.
These boots have seen everything.
Unsure. I never thought I'd see him again. I was. Now, but it seems you are more interested in my past. Such sentiment. It's like I always told you. I was just like you. An adventurer who yearned for greatness. And as captain of the Wandering Eye, I acquired enough gold to found Baldur's Gate. I stayed for a while to watch my city grow. But it was not enough. I grew restless again. The sea called to me, and I ran to her with open arms. Life at sea was not easy. Our last adventure was ruinous. My ship was destroyed. My crew lost. But my spirit was far from broken. I was determined to return in triumph once again. I heard of treasure in Moonrise. I strove to find it. What I found was an illithid colony, where I acquired a tadpole much like yours, and became... It was Ansor who found me. Ansor who pulled me from the brain's domination. Ansor who brought me home. He sought to cure me of my sickness, called on every healer he could find, nearly broke his spirit in the attempt. But he failed to understand. I wanted no healing. I was not sick. Stelmane's death was not my fault. Ansor's death was born of necessity. And make no mistake, I grieved them both. Ansor, in particular. Even after he had exhausted all possibility of reversing my condition, he still clung to hope. I tried to convince him of my reality. I was on the cusp of greatness beyond my wildest dreams. But all he could see was a mind flayer. He came to me as I slept. A mercy killing in his mind. I saw the tears. I felt his grief. I had no choice but to kill him first. It was an act of self-preservation. There were no alternatives. In my place, you would have done the same. Do not think that I am ignorant of what I have lost. I may not regret my actions, but I do regret that they were necessary. While the past is beyond my influence, the present is not. It is time we move on. 2 nether stones remain in the hands of the Chosen. We must find them before we confront the Brain.
I'll feel that one later.
It's fine. I'm trying to get rid of these. I've already got started stocking up. That's where part of my money's gone. Is yeah, these. I've been buying these since I've been in Act 3. Let's go ahead. I'm still using these smaller ones for right now. I could have used this for higher damage. And a couple more. What was it? 3 more damage? I don't know. Actually, you know, if I would have used that, I would have finished a little bit earlier. Because she hit. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seven. Oh no, we don't count that. Still 7. Eight, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, and I might have hit some of these ones I missed. Yeah, so I was hoping to finish it in 3 rounds. So if I use that, 14 times 3 to 42, it's possible I might have been able to finish it around earlier before the act, because I didn't want to. I was risking the potion speed. The helmet, so I guess it's just the answer's body.
Open up.
Alright, I think this is gonna go back here. I also noticed this didn't go off again, and I think I know why. And yeah, I could use a little bit of vulnerability. I forgot to use it last time. And like I said, we're gonna go over that here in a minute. We're selling this stuff. Yeah, so I mean, we go through the game. We think Anzer or the Emperor is shitty, but to tell you the truth, I mean, he's mostly been honest. Yeah, he lies about some things to get you pushed through, but yeah, I just don't. Well, I'm not giving up her. Like, I went through all the items. Like, there's a page on the wiki for all the initiative items. And I could use a higher armor class shield or other shields, but I'm not giving up 3 initiative because I don't want to take the alert feat. Right now I have elemental adapt fire on this character, and I'm probably going to drop it for alert. And take maybe they say take the last level in warlock, but I don't know. Just for command, I really don't want to make this the crowd control person. I have hold monster, but I check disintegrate, but I don't know. All right, we'll send that to camp. What else do we got to swap out here? So I had this on him. I don't know which one's better. No, I don't care about that. He wants crits. Okay. So yeah, I put orange on this armor because I think it looks cool. I put I had muddy red for that, and then for the thunder cloak, I had another red. It's not that cool though. It did not match at all. I think that was the lush burgundy. For him, I've done the helmet, cloak, armor, and gloves, but I was trying to determine if that was the gloves I actually made purple. They do look a little bit different because here it looks like it's more of a lighter gold, and this looks more like a copper with blue. I don't know. Maybe it knows. And here I've done, I just swapped the helmet and armor because I needed to find more indigo. I've done the helmet, the cloak, the armor, the gloves, the boots. Tried the shield, that didn't work. I also tried the adamantine shield originally, and that didn't work either. I don't know if you can do shields at all. And the other armor I had was Janti. So the only real benefit of having this, I mean, the critical hits are nice. The can't be stunned is nice. Armor class saving throws, of course, are nice. I don't really worry about armor class too much because, other than her, because everyone else, these two are ranged, and then this, she just moves in and kills whatever she's attacking. Very skirmisher based. Alright, I'll figure that out later. Okay, so if you don't want to just hear me talking for 15 minutes, then that'll be in the video, and thanks for stopping by. I've got a list of things, and I think since I'm so tired, I'm probably going to split up. I'm not going to talk about it all tonight. We'll save up some of it for next video. Just double checking to see, is there anything else? Yeah, you just leave here, right? Since I haven't been to Act 3 before except for my main run, I really don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Wait, where the hell am I? Oh, is this the... yeah, okay. Oh. Alright, well, cool. Alright, what do I get up here first? What can we talk about? Let's talk about what happened last video. Right? When I died. We're going to talk about the party a little bit, and we're going to talk about the fight. For one, there was at least 4 different things, which I don't want to say they were exactly bugs, but they weren't working the way I expected them to. One, I know I went through this during the video, I had a lightning resist potion on Jaheira, and she took 92 damage, which was full damage. The combat log did not show her taking half. That, I think, was from one of the first Novas. Well, having to heal up an extra 46 hit points, well, that's an action or two, or bonus action that I had to do. I wasn't able to do damage or healing somebody else. Like I said, this is all going to add up. It was me going back through the video, you know, the next day and saying, so here's what I fucked up on. So that was one. The warding bond I had on my Moon Druid did not give me half damage. That one, I don't think that's a bug because the Nova killed Karlak and she was already incapacitated. So I'm assuming that if the person who has warding bond on you dies, then the warding bond no longer applies. Yeah, I don't know if that's a bug or not. Could be. Blood of Lathander not proccing at all. We just saw Minthara go down here. She had the Blood of Lathander on. It did not proc. So what I did was, since my I had kept that save, is because I just let it go in the custom mode game, so I could test stuff. I killed her. I loaded back up to save. I killed her. It did not proc. I went and rested and made sure it was equipped before I rested, and it did proc when I tried to kill her. So it's my belief that the Blood of the Thunder, because I had not, I know I did the jungle and like one other thing before walking into the fortress on stream. The jungle and stuff I'd done off stream. I had not done any fights with her. I had with Asterion because he soloed the jungle, but Jaheira had not done any fights. So I am thinking you need to have the Blood of Lathander equipped when you rest to get the long rest ability, or for it to recharge if you used it before. That'd probably make more sense. And in this case, I just had it on. I did not rest again, nor did I have it on because, like I said, I was doing testing somewhat, and it was going well. So I just, said, yeah, let's just go with it. Probably not a bug. That's just misunderstanding. But if you don't know that beforehand and honor mode, yeah, you're gonna get fucked. So I pretty much now know, hey, if you're gonna use Blood of Lathander, make sure it's actually got its charge, because it's not gonna show you if it doesn't, or at least I haven't seen anyway that it does that. Some of the other things was like I said about like I would, like, if he's here and I'd walk up to him and it would show an opportunity attack, and I would still do it. And this was poor play on my part. Don't want to put all my I want to take accountability for the stuff I fucked up on and not be like, oh, it was just bugs. There was a combination of poor play, distractions, and bugs, and I probably could have survived with 2 or 3 of them. 2 out of 3, but not all 3 combined. So anyway, I did use, I think, haste in that fight, and I don't know if it would have been better to use spells or haste. I'm not sure about that one. It's kind of like an iffy, because I was trying to go back through and think of how much. Well, so let's talk about the party. So the Moon Druid was okay, but when I made that party, we did not know at the time that the Moon Druid's Tavern Brawler for Wild Shape did not work fully in honor mode. And then I assumed it was going to be fixed. And, as I got it to level 11, it still wasn't fixed yet. So that was like what do you get from Tavern Brawler? Like an extra double damage, right? Or even a Wild Shape. You're talking about the difference between extra attack and extra damage. Well, you're getting the attack anyway from Tavern Brawler, but not the damage. So yeah, losing on average like 6. Yeah, because I already used the potion from Act 2 vendor. So 6 damage per hit could have made the difference between surviving that fight just on its own. Salver was hitting, with haste 4 times a turn. And we had made it to, we died in round 7, I believe. Anyway, overall, I felt like the Alver was okay. A lot of versatility from the Druid for spells and stuff and summoning things, but it's not a top S tier build. For honor mode, I'd probably put it like a B+, maybe an A-. I would shoot it up to an A+ if Tavern Brawler actually worked properly. But yeah, I'm thinking like a B+. It's okay, right? But it's not like some of these other freaking builds, especially throwers and open hand monk. And I wasn't trying to run meta here with this build. I was just running stuff I hadn't actually ran, which I looked and there was 5 classes I basically hadn't ran, which was monk, paladin, ranger, rogue, and sorcerer. So that's what my party is mostly comprised of. Because I was trying to make super powerful builds. But I was wanting to try to Gloomstalker Assassin. I could just went pure Ranger. And I thought about doing Swordsword for it, but like I said, I don't want to do another ranged Swordsword. I laid it all out, but it's the build for it, but I didn't do it. And I did contemplate whether or not I should do like 7 Monk, 3 Rogue, 2 Fighter for more Nova, but anyway. Karlach, Wild Heart Barbarian. Well, I died my first time on her mode because she'd got smited to death, and in the Anders fight, because she couldn't rage before being in combat. Overall, even with like 20 AC and resistance to everything but psychic, I didn't really feel Wildheart was doing that good of a job as tanking. Because you use reckless attack, so the armor class really doesn't make that much difference. And like, I know there's items to give like temporary hit points when you rage and shit, but 15 hit points here and there is not going to make up for it. Especially when you give them advantage because you reckless attack, shit's going to crit you a lot. And you get to Act 3, stuff starts doing 40, 50, 60 damage a hit. Yeah, you don't want to be doing that. I'm talking about on crits, not on hits, but Jahara, I don't think made up for having an actual wizard or sorcerer, because druids are really nice. And even with the land druid, having haste and misty step and all that stuff, the problem was, she don't have like evocation wizard power, sorcerer power at all, with twin spell or something. And the other problem with druids is they don't have I can use magic missile or scorching ray or fireball, burning hands here. Well, outside of like thunder wave, or really that's more of AoE, but they don't really have any like single target spell besides like ice knife that you can upscale. Because you can use insect plague and wall of fire, but like when I was fighting Anzer, I was like, well, what am I supposed to use here? Because I'm basically looking at scrolls. So I kind of felt like Druid is missing that non-concentration. I already have a concentration spell out. I don't want to move it or lose it. So now what do I do? Their cantrips are not good for damage. So what do you use? You're you got Ice Knife or Scrolls or a Throw Bomb or something. Anyway, oh, by the way, I did forget to use Survival Instinct last time. I did use it on this fight on Lae'zel at the beginning, but since it went to round 4, it actually had wore off. Let's see. So, some of the things... Let's see, what was the other character? Asterion was fine. He was good DPS. But the other 3 characters, I just felt like I was running a B tier group. Jahara could have been better for a caster / healer. Like a Tempest Cleric, even a Life Cleric with the Spirit Guardians or something. I don't know. So one, I forgot that I had the Globe Invulnerabilities scrolls. When I had went back and looked, and I was in a bad spot, about to die, and the Nova was about to go off, when it instigated the Nova to go off, the final 100 hit points shield barrier, I did have one action on the Owlbear, and I'm pretty sure Dismiss Summon or Dismiss Wild Shape is a free action, so I could have threw a globe down on me. I could have cast Survival Instinct, and I could have saved a water dudes till later to try to come up and throw heals down. I don't know if the game would have been over if you just had summons left. Alright, well, hopefully the push to talk's working and that didn't come through the mic. It's got a big cough. Alright, we're at 40 minutes. I want to finish this up. So we've gone over the poor play, forgetting that I had backups, because I was just trusting that the Blood of Lathander was going to go off. And I was standing over Asterion, and that's supposed to give a heal to people in a few meter range of you also, so I should have had 2 people come up. Just like when I started this stream, Anzer would have had 1 hit point left. I hit him with one attack, he's dead. I bring everybody else back up. That's what was supposed to happen. As far as the distractions go, yeah, like the kid had, like I was playing and it was getting close, and then I was like, oh, it's 3:20. I got 30 minutes before the kid gets home. I think I can beat this. Ended up not doing that because I ended up taking longer than I expected because, again, the builds weren't as powerful. I mean, I did okay from a knowledge and experience from going through the game in Acts 1 and 2, but getting in Act 3 here, especially doing something that you didn't have to do quite yet. But I've seen a bunch of streamers who do it at level 11, some of it at 10, and I was like, yeah, I can do this. And then, yeah. Oh, another thing about the bugs. I threw a lot of fucking healing potions, like 4 or 5 times, and they didn't fucking land. And that was a bunch of actions I lost. Anyway, so I had to go out and get the kid off the bus, and the neighbor's daughter was wanting to come over, so they texted me, and then I had, like I said, I went and got the kid off the bus. Went back out the door because supposedly the girl was coming over, but she wasn't here. I didn't see her on the street. So I came back down, told the kid that she was supposed to be coming over, and told the kid what she needed to do first. And then he did. Anyway, that's not all important. Let me move this up. I ended up getting like 4 texts over the course of like 10 minutes. Having to go outside like three different times. This is all while I'm in the middle of a freaking fight, alright? And, yeah, this overall, it was just, I was overconfident. I made mistakes. Wasn't able to focus. Yeah, I just fucked up, basically. And again, the distractions, the bugs, the poor play. One of them I could have got by with. I couldn't do all 3. Anyway, so that covers that. I will talk about what I've done on this playthrough, because there are some changes. Like, I do have my hag's hair on Minthara, and the potion, strength potion. And I do, someone had posted on Reddit about buffs, one of the short-term buffs you can get from the hag's lair, which I did pick that up because I was grateful that they had posted that you could get a +2 strength. They actually, the thing was, they posted on Reddit that 28 strength was the highest you could get, and the Legion Mask didn't work in wild shape, but they did work when I tested it, so maybe, I'm not sure. Anyway, right now I'm trying to get, so I got the 4 Legion Mask in the bank. I've got the hag's hair, I got the potions, I've got Thaniel's quest done, which is another +1 at the end game. I've got, that hag stuff from her lair. Some point I'll go in, once I do the Mirror Loss, at some point I can go into the Owlbear respec. And this goes back to what I was doing tonight, which was because I was worried I was going to have bugs again, and I hadn't done this yet because I don't want to do it. I went in and got to my save file and made a copy on the desktop. And then I was like, well, I was literally standing at the room with the 4 statues, right? And I was like, well, let me test how this is going to work. What's a quick way to do it? I was like, I'll just strip someone down. And if I save it and I come back and they still have all their clothes, that means that you can actually make a backup. I've heard you can. I've just never done it, right? Because I just took my loss and came back after a couple weeks of playing. And yeah, so that worked, and that's when I went down and said, screw it, I'm gonna go ahead and try Anzer, because if I have an actual backup, I'm not worried about it. But when it was clear I was gonna at the end there, when I loaded up the stream, that's situation, it was legit. There was no the backup had no effect. I mean, other than me stripping my clothes back off Lae'zel and putting them back, putting a save back through. But so I know it can be done, but I don't have any intentions of doing it. And so we'll go back to streaming most of the content, so you know I'm not cheating it. All right, we'll talk about the differences of cutscenes and things that I've got. Like right now, I don't have the Owlbear Cub in the camp. He didn't show up till the end of Act 2. Because I accidentally started a fight with the Goblin Camp at level 3 outside, and I hadn't done the Owlbear yet. So, because I was saving it till 4. So yeah, I don't actually have the Owlbear. He might be coming back. I don't know. I haven't rested that much. Anyway, I've gone over most of it. I'll cover another 10 or so minutes next time. Thanks for stopping by. Listen to me ramble. Like I said, we had a lot to talk about, so hopefully... You know what? I'm just going to say goodnight. Bye. Actually, I do have one more thing to add. So I grinded like 9-10 hour freaking hours a day. I was in the game probably like 14 hours a day, but I was out doing other things. I'd just leave the game up, right? Because, you know, who cares? I grinded like that first week like mad. Within 1 week, it was like 2 or 3 hours that next Tuesday morning. I had got back to level 9 and was just had the mausoleum to finish the Shadowfell and like Moonrise up, right? And then the father-in-law came back, and so both in-laws were here in Christmas time. And I was like, you know, I could give a stream update, like basically what I just did. And I chose not to because I was like, you know, I'm just going to enjoy the holidays with the family. And then the kid had got sick one day. Then the wife got her flu and COVID shot together at the same time. So she was sick this weekend for like 3 days. So I was doing all the work. And then my back was hurting from rain a couple nights. And I was like, every time I kept trying to stream, I was like, well, technically I'm not back to where I was. And I just want to give like a 20-30 minute update. But, you know, I didn't want to go 3 weeks. Well, it's been 2.5 weeks since streaming. Another thing is RoboCop came out, and I've been waiting to play that. And I was waiting for it to go on sale because I didn't think it was going to be a very long game. And yeah, I beat it. It took 30 hours. So over the last week, I've beat the RoboCop Rogue City, and I was having fun with that. Because part of the problem was, well, I burned down a Baldur's Gate because you start playing 9-10 hours a day every day, you're going to burn out. So I took like 3 or 4 days off Baldur's Gate 3. That's another reason why I didn't stream. That's when the wife was sick, because I just needed a break. So that's why I didn't stream for 2.5 weeks. Now I'm going to say goodnight.